So yeah, I mean, like, we haven't gone to the event now, but by the time that this episode comes out, we would have already been to Anime Expo, and having to deal with them in terms of explaining the fact that we need security is just didn't go through at all. So we asked for security after our incident at MCM and after our experience at MCM, and they kind of just refused to give us any. And
mind you, we're guests.
Yeah.
At this con.
You guys are like official.
We're official
guests
at Anime Expo, and they were like,
No,
I
I think what they said was something along the lines of, "There's security at the con, so why would you need? Why would you need any additional ones? But we won't have anyone like with us.
Yeah,
Yeah, you need some.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
right.
yeah,
You guys need a body.
and that's what we said. And you know, we even said like, hey, we had this incident at MCM where unfortunately security was not present.
Yeah.
We don't want the same thing happening at Anime Expo because or future cons in general, right?
Yeah.
And
So-
they were like, sounds like your problem, bro.
Yeah.
So we have to pay for it.
So we have to pay for our own security.
That's
Yeah.
not cool.
But it's like
Yeah.
because if the con was like, hey, we gave you like a shit ton of money, you can for coming, then it'd be like, okay, well, all right. But Anime
Yeah.
like doesn't pay guests. So.
Yeah.
I was talking to when we went to Gamescom in Germany.
I've
Right.
got that one.
Yeah, that one's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But we were with Blizzard, and Blizzard gave us these two gigantic lads
Yeah.
to take care of us, and they were, oh my god, I'm still friends with them on Instagram. Like, oh my god, these guys were so awesome. I wonder if it's a disconnect with the whole like Hollywood thing in America,
Right.
Maybe.
and then like
Yeah.
because when we were in. Speak your mind. I heard it.
No, I'm go on. I was just I was thinking maybe,
Yeah,
but
'cause,
that
like-
still wouldn't be an excuse.
That's true.
Yeah.
You're right. I do think it's still just that disconnect of not knowing.
It's like also, I think there is this weird kind of sense of if we admit that you will bring in these crowds and
Yeah.
we kind of say, hey, you're worth that much, it means
Yeah.
that they have to then pay you more.
That's true.
Yeah.
They have to offer you more things.
Yeah.
And so there is that kind of, at least I get the sense of like, we don't want to be like, wow, you're such a big deal or something like that. Because we don't want to have to then step up what we have to do
Yeah.
on our end.
I feel.
I
that.
think so.
I
I'm sure you
understand
maybe think that way when you just kind of feel the interactions you've had.
Yes.
Where you try and explain things and they'll be like, yeah, but we think we know what's going
There's
to
also that like whole like exposure type. I don't want to say
You
like
don't-
doing it for exposure.
Paid by exposure.
This is
Yeah.
nonsense because like ultimately the algorithm at like TikTok, a Twitter, and a YouTube could get you so much more exposure than any amount of people you could meet at a convention. You might make stronger connections and you might make
Yeah.
more worthwhile
Yeah.
viewers.
Yes.
But in terms of like growth and actually like, is it worth like 5 days or 6 days?
Right.
Of, like, all
Not
that
really.
work.
Like after a
Yeah.
certain point, it's not worth it.
I
Like,
do wonder too, because like there are some things that I've done in my like career that I was like, I'm just gonna do it. I don't care if you pay me or not,
Yeah,
because
definitely.
it
Yeah.
gets your foot in the door.
No, definitely.
And so
definitely.
then it kind of gets you to that point where you're just like, I'm down. Like they're like, oh, get Jess, she's down to do it, kind of thing.
But
And
I'm
Yeah.
sure that worked because that was like very early in that kind of industry, right?
100%. Yeah.
But like
and
now it's just like, you know, it's that's the old school method of doing things. you know?
100%.
Yeah. I mean, it's literally, there's a big issue with artists getting paid in just exposure, right?
Yeah.
And, there is like some benefits to it early on in your career, but like when you're established, you
That's true.
there's a
can
part
throw
of
your weight around.
professionalism that you got to like expect from it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
So it's,
I wonder if a lot of conventions are operating in that, like, oh, you're just a YouTuber. Come on, you'll do it.
there is some.
Sure there are.
there are some, not everyone, but like,
It depends, right, on who's running it as well. Because a lot of the cons, more often than not, they're like, I really like this person, or I'm
Yes.
a big fan. I want to
Yeah.
get them.
Yeah.
And if it's you, that's great.
Yeah.
But if they're a fan of older media and stuff,
Yeah.
and they don't give a fuck about YouTube, it is like pulling teeth.
Yeah, there is a
Yeah.
blatant bias, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
like,
Yeah,
from con to
yeah.
con.
It's understandable. I'm like, if it's your con, I guess I get it. Like,
Yeah.
you don't
Yeah.
want fucking me there. That's totally fine. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not like, I mean, I'll live.
Well, that's why we're going on tour, right?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Can you talk about
Can we talk about that?
I mean, it should be already announced by
We
the
said that
time.
last time.
Yeah, it should be announced by the time
Okay.
this comes out. But yeah,
Just do it ourselves.
we'll
we'll
just
do it ourselves.
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
like we just gotten to the point where we're just like, okay, yeah, cons are cool. We've been doing it for a while, but now it's like the new meta, I guess.
to do something
For
yourself?
do something ourselves, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just become commonplace now for YouTubers to do tours. Eventually.
The OTK game thing. Did you
Yeah.
guys see that?
I didn't
So it
see
was like
that.
OTK's like E3 type thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did see this. I
That
did
was awesome. It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
so cool.
Yeah.
I love that, like our generation, our group of like creators and stuff like that are just going like, we're just gonna make our own shit. now.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Which
yeah.
is like so amazing. Like you're taking the power from away from like the old media stuff.
Yeah.
And you're just putting in your own.
I mean,
stuff.
I mean, I think it has gotten to a point where you do have enough influence and reach to be able to, and as an influencer, you get used to big companies treating you like shit because you are an influencer. And you
Yes.
don't, you know, they kind of
sure.
like, they kind of look down on you compared to like old traditional media. But then in reality, a lot of people, a lot of big mainstream content creators have the power and reach to make their own fucking like events and be even bigger than the ones that are run by big official companies.
Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean, I don't know how much it's going to take for like companies to realize that, hey, people watch creators, people follow influencers, you
Yep.
know, it's
And people want to go see creators IRL.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
just
yeah.
online.
Exactly.
Would you guys
exactly.
do the creator clash?
I wouldn't personally because I don't.
I would consider it, I think.
I kind of want to get beat up.
Dude, you should.
why
not?
Why not? Right?
why not?
I was we were at a after party with Minx, and we did like some little. It's like a little like a boxing training
Yeah.
thing where you just have to tap the other person's shoulder. Shoulder
Yeah.
and then like dodge, and I did like this little dodgy thing, and she was like, "What the fuck? Like, what the fuck was that?"
Because you're jittery.
I'm just,
You just have like a natural like.
I'd hate to go against you. I wouldn't know what's coming.
that's what she said. She was like, "Oh, you're a fancy boxer. I'm not gonna box you. Fuck off."
You should do it. You should
I
do it.
kind of really want to do it. I just think
mean,
it'd be
you're already
so
fit
fun.
enough.
Yeah,
It'd be
yeah, yeah.
So fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it would just be like a good fucking opportunity. And
Right?
it's just an excuse to stay fit as well,
Yep.
right? Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
get paid to get in insane shape.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the best shape of your life. That sounds awesome.
And I could be a real muscly mommy. Oh my goodness.
Imagine the
Slim
pyramid
mom.
head cosplays with abs.
Well, hell yeah.
God, I love pyramid head. Monsters in general.